guys, Regina here. Just give me a few minutes and we'll get this started. I'm just trying to sit up here for a bit, so I'll see you in a second. Cheers. Hey guys, Regina here. I'm just going to be there in a second. If you are watching this now, can somebody message me and tell me they can hear me? I know you can't see me. I'm just testing out my mic right now. Cool. Hey guys, Regina here. Let's see. How's it going? Happy Saturday for some of you. Happy Friday for others. Just give me 1 second here. I am going to plug my computer in. everyone, how are you? It is 9 a.m. on Saturday here in New Zealand, and if you're in North America and you're on the West Coast, it is noon, and on the East Coast it's 3 p.m. Just wanted to say, hey, how's it going, everyone? Today is a special day, and oh man, you know what I forgot? I was gonna put on my party hat because today was our little party, our like end of the year party. But I decided I was gonna make it really fun, and it is gonna be fun. This week I put together a 2018 content planner for you, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I just wanted to kick off 2018. Well, do like a pre-kickoff for 2018 and start off or end the year with a bang, really. So I actually got all of the names of the people that I'm working with, the names of the people who have entered for the giveaway. I have them in my Star Wars hat, so I'm gonna be doing that today for the giveaway. And actually, I have a special giveaway for you right now. I need to upload it first. So there is a link on the left that does not work. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to put that together for you really quick. Let's see. I do have a PDF. I have not uploaded it because I wanted it available for you during this hour, because you guys are the first ones. You're the first one to be able to get access to this. So I'm just uploading it now, and I'm hoping that it'll work. So let me see. I'm just checking it out right now. Hope you guys are well. This is the 5th webinar of it's the 5th week of the 5-part series webinar that I've been putting together for you for, how to feel good about your marketing. And last week I didn't make it, and you guys saw the video that was up on this page. I didn't make it. Actually, the link should be live now. If you can't see the link, send me a message somewhere. Oh, I hear Mike coming in. Does it work? Does it work?
You're really quiet.
I'm really quiet.
Yeah, I got to turn my volume up to full to just hear you.
Okay, Mike was saying I was quiet. Can you check again and see if that's all right? The link, I have my mic here. The link, can you guys hear me? I just uploaded that PDF, so you should be able to download it now. And what it is the 2018 content planner, and we're going to go over it today. Before we get into it,
It's still really quiet.
Still really quiet. Okay. Maybe I just need to... Can you try now? Mic test, mic test. Maybe I just need to put my mouth a bit closer to the mic. So maybe I'll just hold it up a bit. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Let me see. If you guys can hear me, let me know down below. Okay, I'm just gonna get started. I've got the microphone closer to my face, so hopefully that'll help. Let me see now. Okay. Cool.
It's better, you just gotta turn the volume up, so, but it's okay. You can hear.
Oh, I think I just have to put the microphone closer to my face.
Okay.
I don't have my special microphone holder. Anyway, so let's get started. Thank you for that, my IT guy, my built-in IT guy. So, where was I? Last week I did not make it because the whole family had the tummy bug, and I really tried hard to make it. But that's all right, because I gave you part 3 of the content strategy workbook. So at least that you guys had that to work with. And if you guys are new here, actually I had a lot of new webinar registrations this week, and I've talked to quite a few new people. So a lot of you might actually be new here, and but some of you have been around for the 5 weeks. So, well, I'll just get to it. So hold on just one second, actually. Cool, all right. Content model based on the 3 words: collect, curate, and connect. And I'm not going to get too deep into it today just because I've been talking about it for about 4 weeks, and I will release the replays for you who haven't seen it. So it's built around these 3 words: collect, curate, and connect. And that really is collecting all the information around your content purpose, your content mission, and really creating that purpose on why you're actually creating content and why it's actually important to your persona. Curating the content, curating the information based on all that, based on your purpose, curating purpose-driven content. And connecting is really connecting with your audience on the platform that they're on the channel where they live, in a way that they understand you. So like I said, this is week 5 of technically the 4th webinar. Week 5 of the How to Feel Good About Your Marketing series. And the reason why I wanted to do this series is because I guess just to give you a bit of a background, Mike and I were working in the entertainment industry. He was a sound engineer, and I was an animation technical director in the film and TV industry. And we quit our jobs and traveled for 3 years full time. We found a way to create an income online, so we were running our online business for 3 years. And we learned a lot. And I think there was one thing that I really wanted to walk away from, the past, not walk away from, but, the past, just few years. I really wanted to teach people how to feel good about their marketing, because there's so much noise out there. And especially from the space that we came from the network marketing and affiliate area. And I just wanted to, we used to do affiliate marketing in a different way, but just walking away from that industry. And because it was walking away from the industry was, a choice that we wanted to do, because we wanted to feel good about what we were doing. And we did feel good about what we were doing, but there were just so many things going on that were, well, let's just say we wanted to feel good about our marketing, and I wanted to teach other people how to do the same. So, and it really is finding your voice in your marketing, and more specifically being able to find it in your content marketing. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. So, you can't register for the giveaway anymore because I'm picking the names today in my Star Wars hat. But I'm announcing the winner at the end of this session, so be sure to keep here so that if you win, well, you'll know. And this giveaway is for 3 sessions with me, and we're going to go over your strategy and really start to implement it. And by now, if you've gone through, actually, hold that thought. So really, a few weeks ago, I asked you, what does it mean to feel good about your marketing? And I had you take out a pen and paper and write that down. What does it actually mean to feel good about your marketing? How does it feel to feel good? And what does that actually look like? Is that feeling confident about writing a post? Feeling confident that you know what you're writing about to the right person? Feeling confident that you can pick your targeting, really narrow it down, and understand the analytics behind it. And knowing that if there are any analytics, any measurements that you've looked at and they look pretty low, knowing where you can go back and fix an area to increase those numbers. Does it mean that you're reaching a bunch of people and they're feeling good, and they're feeling good because they tell you, and you know that you're helping them? Does it mean that you're just selling a ton of your products and you're making a lot of money and you're supporting your family and taking care of them? What does it actually mean? And really, to feel good about your marketing is to being able to have the clarity of where you're going, what you want to do and where you're going. And that's always changing as well. But knowing that you can get back up and keep walking forward. It's being able to have systems that are tools and processes that you have in place to help increase your workflow. Tools that help you focus on the things that you actually want to focus on, which is your business. If you have 100 people that you want to send emails to, are you sending them through Gmail, or do you have a proper autoresponder set up where you can have someone opt into your list and automatically receive an email from you and an email series from you? Are you able to automate yourself so that you can focus on something? I'm going to be totally blunt and transparent. Setting up your marketing is not easy, but it's worth it, because you're going to be spending the time setting this all up. But I remember that there were times where we set up our systems. We had the clarity, we set up our systems and had the support, and we might have worked 100 hours in 1 week. There might have been 3 weeks after that where we worked 2 hours each because we had a system set in place. So it just depends on where you want to be able to allocate your time. For now, I am able to change the diaper of my baby and put her to bed in the middle of the day anytime I want and tend to her because I have systems set in place. And it's really having the support, because this isn't easy. You're either going to spend a lot of money or a lot of time, maybe not a lot of money, but a lot of time and a bit of money to get this up and going. And you want to make sure that you don't spend much of each. So how are you going to get that support to be able to get you moving forward and spending your time and money efficiently? And of course, having fun. Yay, having fun. This is on a boat in Bali at a little party that we had and with other internet marketers. And that was amazing. So just a quick weekly overview. And by the way, I am going to walk through the worksheet that I gave you guys, or that you guys can download to my left, which is your right. And I'm going to walk through that walk through that step by step so you know exactly what to do with it. And it's fairly straightforward, but just want to give you some things to think about as well. So in the first week, we just went through the intro, talked with Shalmadine over in Cape Town. She was starting her business, her cosmetic business, her beauty business. In week 2, we talked about creating purpose, and we had our virtual visitor Di. She's actually in Perth, Australia. So right now, I think it's probably 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:15. So I showed you her video, which I'm actually going to show you today. So if you weren't here the previous weeks, she talks about how she creates purpose in her content. And we talked to both Ericas, who talked about their businesses and how they were able to create purpose and really dial down in what they do. The third week, we talked about creating content with purpose, and we had a special guest that week as well, who was Amelie, and she was a medical surgeon in Peru, had ended up moving here to New Zealand, and long story short, she's a real estate agent now, and she's applying what she learned online to her current business. So it's really creating content with purpose. How do you actually do that? We talked about planning, publishing, and distributing in my short video last week. But we didn't go over that, but I gave you guys the workbook. And next year, I will be going over that in depth, because I know these workbooks they really make you think a lot. So by now, you should already know who your persona is. You should have a list of topics. If you went over last week's workbook, you should already know what social media channel is good, is where your audience lives, and how to speak to them. And if you don't and you want a little more information and help, you can schedule a one-on-one coaching call with me, or you can wait till next year's webinars and we can go through that in each of the webinars, and that'll be pretty helpful. And a lot of you have asked me, like I talked to someone yesterday about content marketing, and it's a seemingly new phrase, content marketing. Like, what is content marketing? I'm not going to get too deep into it now because I have the article on my website and why I think that social media can be useless. Social media is not useless at all, but there's a reason why I wrote that post. Content marketing has been around for hundreds of years. And what it really is your voice being aligned with your business goals. So your business goals, along with your voice and the value that you have to give the people that you're serving, that you're helping. And in turn, they end up buying your product or your service. So content marketing, it really is, what is it? Some examples are, your blog, your video, a podcast, maybe a magazine, maybe a book. And I don't have any social media platforms on here because it's slightly different. They overlap. But the reason why I do feel passionate about content marketing is because it allows you to create your own voice on a platform with no limitations. Right? Where if you are on Facebook and you are on Pinterest, there's limitations because they have certain rules on what you can post, how you can post it, and who actually gets to see it. So if you have your own blog, your own vlog, your own podcast, magazine, and book, you can potentially say anything you want. You can publish yourself nowadays. The tools that we have online, all the software, the apps that you have, your phone, you can do everything on your phone. That really allows you to get your voice out there and have people hear you. And this is interesting because especially if you're an affiliate of a company, or you're in a network marketing company, or let's say you do have your own business, but you're leveraging in another system, maybe you're a franchise, there's always certain rules that you're going to have to follow with that company, which is fine. If you're selling something or you're providing a service in a company that someone else, a bunch of other people are doing as well, how are you going to be able to stand out amongst the rest of them? What is you always hear, what is your unique value proposition? What is your unique value proposition? And that should be super simple because it really is just you. And how are you going to utilize your content and your voice to show people who you are? And you can still do it on social media, but having your blog as a home is really key because what if, God forbid, okay, Facebook's going to shut down tomorrow. All your stuff is going to be gone. All of your campaigns, all of your posts, it's going to be gone. No, Facebook's not going to close tomorrow. But if you have it on your blog, you have everything written out in your voice, you're using it as an extension of your personality, you've got it all there. Hey, if WordPress shuts down tomorrow, you still have the content that you could put somewhere else with your voice. And you have very little limitations. And does it even work? Does content marketing work? Well, yeah, they've been doing it for hundreds of years, and then the actual word is new to the online space, but not a lot of people are utilizing it. It's very new to the space, seemingly new to the space, but it's been around for ages. And does it work? I had this quote up a few weeks ago, and it was my content tip of the week, and it was, take advantage of the opportunities data provides. I have to admit, I'm really not an analytics guru. Mike is. He's amazing. But I still look at my numbers. Because when you look at your numbers and you know where to find your analytics, you can find out what's performing well you can find out, okay, this isn't performing well. What do I need to change to make that different? So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a sales funnel and you've got your opt-in page, you've got your thank you page, and you've got your emails in the back end. That's kind of the rough, kind of the little rough workflow for that. And you're looking at your analytics and you see that nobody's opting in. Your list is small. No one's like, you've run traffic to your ad or you've run traffic to your website. No one's looking at your form. What the heck is going on? Why isn't anyone opting in? There might be something on that form that's not drawing them to be able to want to put their name and their email address. Are you providing clear enough information on that sales page for them to want to opt in? Are you providing a lead magnet, which is an ebook, or any other sort of value, maybe a video series, a free video series? Are you providing that value for them to want to opt in? Let's say your opt-in rate is high. Your sales page is amazing. You have enough value for them to want to opt in. You're growing your list 50 per day. You're sending out the email automatically through your autoresponder. Your open rate is really low. What are you going to do? If your open rate is really low, well, maybe your headline is not strong enough for them to be able to want to open that email. They're opting in because it seems really interesting, but then they see your email and they're like, eh. And with the clutter of emails these days, it's hard to stand out. It really all is a numbers game. So you know that you need to work on your headline. Let's say your opt-in rate is amazing. You're getting about 50 leads a day into your list. People are actually opening your email because your headline is amazeballs. But you have a link or a couple links in your email, but your click-through rate is really low. 1%. 0.01%. Okay, no one is clicking through my emails. What's wrong? Your opt-in page is great. Your sales page is great. Your headline is amazing. People are clicking through. Your click-through rate, not so great. Maybe there's something in your email that you need to change to be able to get people to open that. What are you doing to get them to open that link? How many call to actions are you giving them? Okay, that's just an example. So you see, here on the bottom, there's this little chart here, and this is actually from my site statistics on our WordPress blog from Jetpack. Super simple analytics tool. I don't dig as deep into the analytics as Mike does, but I look at this chart and I'm like, okay, cool. This is over the past few weeks, the past couple of weeks. And what have I been doing the past couple of weeks? I've been doing webinars, right? So you can see that there are spikes in certain areas of this chart, especially the last couple of days. Wow, there's a lot more traffic that I've been bringing to my website. And I'm really, the past few months and the past year, I've only really been more active than I have in the past, maybe year and a half, just because I wasn't doing as much when I was pregnant and had a baby. I actually removed the blog and brought it back to life. So, but you see that there are spikes on this chart. And what are those spikes? Those spikes are from the days that I had my webinar. Or I either had my webinar or I sent out an email with an article linking back to my website, and that's some free traffic right there. So it's really important to know, okay, what can I do? Well, I know that I must be providing some sort of value or enough value to be able to get those spikes. How do I continue to do that, or how do I raise my statistics overall? Provide more value? Maybe that's what you're going to figure out today, or as you do your content plan. So this is really interesting. And I guess I kind of touched up on it earlier. And in a way, it's actually really important to niche down. Pick a niche. A lot of people, when I ask them what their target market is, and they'll say, oh, well, it's kind of, well, everyone that kind of likes eating food. I want to target people who like to eat, I don't know, hamburgers. Well, that's pretty specific. But I get a lot of answers where people are just they either don't know their market, or they're like, oh, no, it's just people that like high heels, all people that like to wear high heels, men and women, whatever. It's really important to find that specific niche. And by now, if you've gone through this series, if you've gone through the content marketing strategy workbook, by now you already know that exact person that you're talking to. Because think about it. If you like baking, you're a stay-at-home mom, you like baking, how many baking blogs are out there? Cooking blogs, videos. How many are there? So what if you still want to stay in that area, that niche? How do you make it more specific where you stand out? I think there was a lady who did that exact thing, and gosh, I forgot her username, but she loved baking, and there are a ton of people with baking blogs and vlogs. So what did she do? She did something really unique, and that is to create an Instagram cake where you cut it open, and it's actually the Instagram logo. Now, that's pretty specific. When people see that, they're gonna be like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. One of the ladies that I've been working with, I actually liked what she said to me the other day. And she had gone through at least the first 2 parts of the workbook. And then she said to me, I actually woke up this morning thinking about the 2. She actually gave them names, her 2 personas. And she was wondering what those 2 personas were doing that day. And that's exactly what you guys will need to think of. Because that's what's going to help you stand out in addition to your personality, is who's that exact person, and what specific niche are they in. I have a mentor and a friend, a very dear friend in Australia, whose video that you're gonna watch in a second, and her name is Di Downey. And I was on her webinar yesterday, and what I found really interesting is this quote that she told me, or not me, all of us that were on the webinar, and that is, how can people connect with you if you don't show your personality? There are a lot of brands that I see, a lot of social media pages where people put up this amazing information, and the brand name is really cool, they have really great branding, but then when you're searching through their page, you're like, okay, but who's behind this? I really want to get to know this person. You can't even find a picture of them. And I'm really good at Facebook stalking people and finding people online. But if there is a brand or a company where I just can't find any hints of personality from this person, I'm less likely to follow them and to want to buy. And yeah, when you are on videos and in your blog, you are exposing yourself. But think about it this way, and hopefully this will give you a bit of confidence. You get to control what you say and how you present yourself in front of everyone. Meaning you get to give them the information that you know that they would need, or because of what they tell you. But you don't need to tell people that your dirty little secrets. People are going to see what they see, and you're in control of that. So that's pretty cool. But then again, so how can people connect with you? You're in the people business. If you're in business, you're in the people business. And people don't necessarily buy your product or your service. They're actually buying you because they're getting along with you, or they like how you present the information, or they just like, they just like you. So here, hopefully this will play.
Hello, my name's Di Downey, and Regina's asked me to share some light on my perspective of how I go about showing people how to create content and how to get a very, very clear message to your market so it matches your niche. So this PowerPoint presentation, you can see that there's just a box there. So we all know that we have something inside of ourselves that we want to share. Obviously, you wouldn't be here otherwise. So what my intention today is to take you on a journey that will show you a cycle, that if you get this cycle into place, you'll be able to clearly and always go back to the context of the cycle to always go in and create more content and clearer content. So let's get a start. So the first thing is it's very important, and it's imperative that we get to know what's important to us. What are our values? How can we express our values? What are those words? Really, we only have relationships and time, and what links those two things in our life is our words, it's our language, it's how we communicate, it's how we connect, it's how we connect our audience to the content that we're sharing. So the way we do that is how we know what's important. So to be able to know our values, to be able to articulate our values, and then to be able to see our values written on our website, in our blog posts, in our social media, is really, if you are identifying somebody else's marketing material, you would be blown away when you start to see what's important to them through their values. The other side of it is, of course, once you know what matters to you, once you can start to articulate it, then of course what happens is you are able to live it, and you live it from what comes naturally to you. But maybe especially for women, we tend to hide it because we don't know what we're passionate about. We've been so busy looking after other people and our children and our husband and often businesses. So our values start to lead us to what we're passionate about. And then where that goes is that it starts to facilitate and really get us onto purpose. What is our purpose in our life? And when what happens is then we are able to clearly just start to speak. We speak clearly. We speak with little confusion. And our words are very well defined as to what our passion is and how we live our purpose. And people can see, they can feel that we are alive with what we do. What automatically happens then is that we start to get this sense of dignity. We start to see our style in the way we dress, the way we present ourselves, the way that we articulate, and then that starts to give us our confidence because we are aligned and we are on purpose because we're doing what we love to do, and we're doing what we love to do because we've taken the time to find out what matters. What automatically then starts to happen, this is so cool, what automatically starts to happen then is we start to get this continuous length of time of clear thinking. We are clear as to what our content is, what is important to us, how we mesh what we love to do. We start to become global thinkers and learning because we have this continuous expanding clarity of thought. So, for example, when we start to plan a project or a presentation, then we are able to start to mind map it, and we start to intuit, because we're on purpose, we start to intuit the parts of the presentation or the content strategy that is already inside of us. It's just the most awesome process. So our clarity is continuous, and it comes from this desire that we know what our style is, because we're not having those continuous negative thoughts and self-doubts. So then what starts to automatically intuit is that we start to remember stories. We start to be able to use metaphors. And I'd recommend that you do this. You use metaphors. Write a book so that you are an expert in your field, so that you can use metaphors, props, looking people in the eye, engaging with your audiences, whether it's a big group, a small group, or a one-on-one. Your values and what is important to you starts to be really experienced from the people that are listening to you. The next thing that's exciting is that, and it's often not spoken about, is what people need. So there's a paradox here. Everything's a paradox, but particularly here, if you know what you need personally from the presentation, from the coaching session, from going to a conference, giving a presentation, if you know what you are going to be offering, you need to know you are.
Oh. All right. I was just totally messing with the settings. You know what? I'm going to leave that. I'm going to actually have a replay of that for you guys. I played that up a couple of weeks ago. And my whole like webinar setup right now is just quite different than it normally is. So sorry about that. I'm going to have that replay for you guys so that you can actually watch that. I've had an interest, you know, this is funny because I think I've done probably dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of webinars over the past few years. And this whole webinar series just goes to show that practice doesn't always make perfect. I think I've had the best tech issues. In any case, that is my friend and my mentor, Di Downey. Now she's an amazing mentor, and I didn't actually think that this was going to happen, that she was going to mentor me. But she's been teaching people how to run businesses for, 20, almost 30 years, I think. And she really helped me create systems and make things easier for myself. But let's move forward, because actually you're here because of the 2018 content planner. And I wanted to give you this workbook. You should have already downloaded it to your right there. I think it's about six pages. And this was an interesting quote from Abraham Lincoln, and it says, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." And that's exactly what this is. A lot of the reason why I wanted to focus on planning and content strategy is because once you have this built and put together, and mind you, this is a live document. Your content strategy and even this content planner is a live document, meaning it could change, but at least you have a direction. At least you have a direction, and that's what's going to give you the confidence and the clarity to be able to get to your content. So you'll see that the first page there just has, boxes and all that kind of stuff. And it really is, this top box allows you to put down all the ideas that you have that you want to put down. If you have the worksheet from week 1, it's a similar concept where you've written all of your ideas, and by now you might even have all of your topics down. Just write them all down and don't even think about it. What are some topics that are important for your audience to learn? For what you have to do? What are some stories that can help them get to know you and get to know your product? Maybe your product is super straightforward, but what are some stories that can help you connect with them? Maybe some personal stories. So just write down all of your ideas, and in these 4 boxes down below, break all your ideas down. I actually have 2 of these worksheets in there. So generally what I do is I tell people to break down all of their ideas into maybe 5 to 7 categories. So organize them in a way, organize the ones that are very similar or in the same category, and then put a name to it in the little boxes up at the top. And that'll help you organize all of your ideas. Write them all down first. Don't even think about it. Vomit all the ideas you have in your head. Once you have all of that down, then it'll give you a chance to really figure out, okay, well, this is my year, my January through December. I have 12 months. This is my content calendar for, and maybe put your blog name there. What are some topics, some general topics that you have already? Why don't you start with maybe the holidays? What months have important holidays that you can write around? Maybe you can do a blog series, a 3-part blog series. Maybe you can do a 5-part video series. Maybe you can just do one amazing long form blog post, which is maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words. Maybe you can do a giveaway around that area or around that time period. So maybe put the holidays and the important days first, and then think about the topics that you've put in the first worksheet, and just plan out your year. Once you have those down, you have the ability to break it down per month. So this is the monthly calendar. So once you've had your ideas for each month, what you can do here is on the left, it says ideas. You could put your ideas there for that particular month that you put in this first yearly calendar, so that you can see all of your ideas, and then that'll allow you to break that down per month. That's actually it. I thought it was going to take a lot longer than that. It's so simple though. I mean, that's just the thing is, you guys already know your information. You already know what you want to do. What you really need to do is to organize it and put it into systems so that you don't actually have to think that much. And I know that for the longest time, I didn't write anything because I figured, well, I can always type something into the computer. And can you hear the baby in the background? You can always type something in and I'll make my list on my computer. I actually found it really, really powerful to print things out and to write things out with my hand because I remember them a lot easier. And in fact, I'm sure there's some sort of study that says that they're more, I don't know, your brain actually does memorize things more when you write stuff down. So that's just it. I gave you a couple of extra copies of this as well. So print this out, write in it. And then if you have a computer and you would rather use your calendar, your electronic calendar, then you can put it into your calendar. If you downloaded last week's part 3 of the content marketing strategy, I give you another little editorial tool where you can actually break things down and write it down. I give you a spreadsheet that you can use to break down the contents of your topics so that you can plan that out. Super simple, right? Okay, I think that's about it. So, let me. Baby just woke up. I've got the names of the people who entered into the contest and the people that I've been working with. Because if you are already a coaching client, you are automatically entered into this giveaway. And this gives you 3 sessions of free coaching worth $750. So it's in my little Star Wars hat because Star Wars was just released. I'm just going to shake it up a bit. I'm going to put it on my keyboard because I'm holding my microphone. So, okay, here we go. I've got a name. I'm just going to put this down for a second. Who is it? Ooh, who is it? Ooh, Lexi. Woo. Awesome. All right, so Lexi, you win 3 sessions of free coaching worth $750, and that's cool. We're going to go over your content strategy, the 3-part workbook, and do a bit of content planning, and then we'll start from there. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited actually to work with you. I think that's pretty much it, really. What's next? Download your giveaway. Work on your annual content plan. And maybe I'll have a follow-up webinar in 2018 and see where you guys are. I'm going to start doing Zoom Hangouts or Zoom conferences. I didn't do it this time around because I was just starting to get my webinars up and running after not doing it for about a couple of years. So I just wanted to get back into the flow of things now that I am and that we're getting a lot of traction. Again, I definitely want to have a more interactive layout. I mean, I know that we have the chat box below, which is amazing. And thanks for guys for commenting below and asking questions and stuff. But I'd like to actually see your faces and have a more of like a more intimate environment. So work on your content plan. Keep your eyes open next year for more webinars. I'm going to be building our membership site, and I'm going to be releasing it next year. And those of you who are already coaching clients, you have access to that for free, or you will have access to that for free. Otherwise, if you're not a coaching client but you still want to learn from me, I'm going to have an area for you to learn from, and you're going to be getting some special benefits that totally sounded wrong. You're gonna have some benefits by being a member, and I'm even thinking about, you know, maybe starting up some events. I'd really like to do that. But I just want you to think of this before I sign off, and that is, you know, what are you gonna do to create your legacy online and save time and money for yourself in the end? And that really is to be able to dig deep and build your plan, your content marketing plan. I'm giving you this information for free. And if you've been following my webinars, and I'm going to be doing free webinars next year as well. If you book a session with me, let me put up the little slide. Where is it? Where's my little slide? Book a 15-minute session with me. courageouslyfree.youcanbook.me. I'm going to give you the free strategy book if you don't have it already, and work on that. I love creating content, especially videos, and I'm going to be doing a special course on videos too for those of you who are absolutely brand new. I love doing it, and I want you to have the information so that you can build your legacy, because it's really important for people to have good information and to see your beautiful faces. So anyways, I'm signing off. Happy holidays to you. See you next year. Thank you so much for being here. I actually don't think I recorded this. I have a special setup here. This is the first time I've used this setup here on YouTube Live, and I don't think it recorded. So for you who are actually seeing this now, you're lucky. But I'm going to be doing a follow-up on this next year. Hope you have a great holiday season. I'm going to see you guys. I'm seeing some of you guys next week in person, so I'll see you next week, and hope you have a fabulous weekend. Talk to you soon. Take care. Cheers, guys.